All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Redskins. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Down, Henry, 56, check 56. Watch the slant.
First carry for Darius Geis. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Second down, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and get it with Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Not the best of starts here offensively. You're back home. You lost a couple games in a row, and here's an early 3 and out to start things off.
And I think they were counting on being at home and having the home crowd carry them along a little bit to help things get better. But the bottom line is, you don't get the crowd involved until you play better. They've got to create some first downs, some big plays, things of that nature to make sure that the crowd is right there with them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Donnelly, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Hey, Sam off.
At the 30-yard line.
49, check 49, check 49.
Now a give, right side. Donnelly. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Coffee firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Coffee. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and...
Now the pressure gets to him again. Brian Burns, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
56, Mike.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long.
Watch the boots.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
He's checking. Crash. Hatch it.
Look, squeeze. Hey, go.
Off the play fake. Coffee. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Geis. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 6. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check. Big edge. Check three. Ready, go.
3rd down, here's Geis. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But, listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game. Plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I got you. Check 37. Check 37.
Ready?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, it's Graham. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Graham. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard.
Let's go!
At their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now a run with Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Redskins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Geis. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Now Sanders. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Coffee. Completes it to Samuel. 21 yards there on third down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Donnelly. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or.
Looking to throw. Coffee. Quick hitter here, it's complete. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, he turned into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This is Geis, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Time to go, night-night.
Mike 56, Mike 56. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Check that out.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
You see me out here? That's right. We can't be stopped.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, and then these 2 teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check three.
Protein spill. Get it.
Back to throw. Coffee. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now a give, right side. Donnelly. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Let's see what you got.
Looking to throw. Coffee. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
You don't want no problems with me.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Britt's got it, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Right stone. Bravo. Mike's 56. Off. Mike's 56. Watch the run. They're running it. 56. 61. Match box.
And the blitz does come. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, first and 10. Back to the air, Haskins after the pick six. And he whips that one incomplete there. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. That'll bring up second down.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. It's a second down run with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a first and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try the left side. Donnelly, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a second and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Blue Dan, Blue Dan.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4 down territory even if they don't get it though. Now a give, right side. Donnelly. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him 16 yards on the play. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready.
Mike 56. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the
Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Redskins scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. He finds an opening past the 40. And down to the 16-yard line. A big play there out of Geis. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Squeeze, double. Switch.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Look at me. Zipper.
Come to me, it's me.
Five.
Check.
Back to throw. Coffee. Got his target, Samuel. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. They'll run on 1st down. Donnelly. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Coffee. Open man is Samuel. Complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. Got a man. That's Richie James. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now Haskins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
They'll run with Sanders. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Once again with Sanders. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Easy work.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. On the ground, it's Geis. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Here we go with Geis, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Redskins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
51's the mic, boy. 51. Oh, you got deep? 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Throwing now is Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Here we go.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
I'm trying to collect.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Back to throw.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly, and he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
First down, Carolina.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
On 1st down, Donnelly. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first.